Headlines all over. Mayor Johnson supporting raising tax on high-end homes and businesses to help the homeless. Got a property valued over $1 million, you're going to get whacked. Now, this was not going to get through City Hall in any way, shape, or form until there was a compromise that was put forth. And now property sold for under $1 million that currently account for 94% of sales will decrease. Get a decrease in the real estate transaction tax owed. Sales of $1 million or over, but under 1.5 will pay 2%, and it graduates from there. All of this to raise money in part to combat homelessness. One of the things I'd like to know is the $100 million that this is alleged to raise, where's it going to go? And I will say no more general funds. No more, we're just going to put it in a pot and we're going to say, this will help homelessness. No, let's have some plans. Let's have some programs.
Clear direction, yeah.
In regards to space in the city, we brought in an expert, Eric Hoberman. Says we're nearing the end of peak rental season in Chicago. Rents went through the roof last year and in the spring. Are they stabilizing and tons of vacancies in town? People still moving in? Are they moving out? Eric knows. Don't you, Eric? You know.
Good morning, Steve. Good to be with you.
Thanks for coming on. Eric Hoberman, we see the headlines all the time. People are leaving Chicago, yet apartment buildings are still going up. Do we have tons of vacancies? Are we fairly full? And what is the status of rent in town?
Yeah, so we are fairly full, but we are seeing some vacancy rise, and we are seeing some rents moderate. As you said, rents have gone through the roof in 2022, really started in late 2021, continued through 22 and into this rental season. But finally, I think that as August comes, we're starting to see rent moderate.
What has the rental season been like so far this year for renters and the new college grads who are flooding the Chicago rental market now?
Well, it's been a challenge. Demand has remained, as I said, very strong, and the typical college grads coming into the market have seen a fight for good apartments. And we've seen things like bidding wars. We've seen multiple applications for the same apartments. We've seen demand flow into the city. And it's been a challenge for new grads and people just getting back into the rental market the last couple of years after sitting out from the pandemic.
So good time or bad time, to come downtown?
Well, I think right now could be a really good time. Again, as we're seeing prices finally start to moderate, and when you get to the late part of the rental season, like we are right now, typically in the past, things have started to slow down in August. And that stopped in 2021 and 2022. It seems as if that's starting to come back now. So if you can be a little patient and wait until August, even September and October, that's when you can really start to find some deals in the Chicago rental market.
Used to be, right, Eric, fall, like October, as you said, and then May used to be kind of the top rental months, but that doesn't seem like it's the case any longer.
That was true for years, and that really started to change about a decade ago, maybe even a little before that. And landlords found it very challenging to have 2 days of the year when everybody was moving into their apartments.
Yeah.
So I think we started the trend of trying to spread that out, but it seemed to have really been embraced by the population as well. So now it really is spread out over the summer, and with probably move-ins peaking August 1st.
What's important to people renting in Chicago now? What are you seeing? What trends are you seeing? Used to be like amenities. Some were furnished already. But what are some of the what trends that are important to people right now?
Well, a couple things. The biggest trend I think we've seen this year, changing from recent years past and before the pandemic, is people moving into larger apartments and people embracing roommates again. And I think that is probably due to the prices and people, tenants trying to save money, especially young people. Pre-pandemic, we saw a huge increase in demand for one-bedroom products, studio products, people wanting to live on their own and willing to pay a large premium to be able to do that. And that's seemed to have reversed course again, and people are willing to move in together and have roommates again. Other things, amenities are still very important. People are embracing technology. I think us as landlords are embracing technology. There's a lot more happening, just like throughout society, on your phone and on your computer, and no more paper applications, paper leases. The whole leasing process is streamlined. The whole interaction with your landlord is streamlined. Package delivery is a huge thing for our tenants now, and just like all of us, everybody's getting a lot of packages delivered, and how those package deliveries are set up and where packages are stored is another trend that people are really looking for in apartment buildings.
Are you in the company? Are you in a position now where you've got to start your own like dating site for roommates? Where where are these people finding these roommates? I mean, do you have people going, "I need a roommate, help me"?
There are some. We're not doing that. There are some companies that have started doing that, trying to put people together. Especially, I think you're certainly seeing that in campus housing. You've been seeing that for a while. I think postgraduate, just after college, you're seeing some companies trying to embrace that. I think they're having success, and that could be, I think, a trend that you're going to see increase a lot, because I think it's working for companies.
It's just interesting to me, Andrea and Eric, that it just completely goes counter to the headlines that we could have largely a full sign for apartments in the city of Chicago when the image is people are just running for the border.
Right.
Well, I think that could be due to a couple of things. One,
bad, lazy reporting would be one of those things.
There was quite a slowdown in construction during the pandemic, so and I don't know that this huge increase in demand was anticipated, and with these higher interest rates, you're seeing people stay in the rental market longer, and you're seeing more people come to the rental market, and as you said, the flight out of Chicago may have been overreported as well.
Are more people coming to the market, Eric? Because I want to get your thoughts on this. The downtown area now, there's a lot of talk about turning the commercial businesses into residences because people are leaving their offices. They're doing a hybrid work arrangement and then now making these spaces available. So there's talk of having more rental space directly downtown, like in the Loop area.
So it's interesting. I think that obviously that can be in great use for that space. Challenges abound. I mean, those buildings were not intended to be dwelling structures. They were intended to be office structures, and the way that they were originally envisioned does not lend itself well to making them apartments. So the first challenge is construction. The second challenge is, if you build it, will they come? You need to have amenities around residential buildings that are going to attract tenants, and the downtown district just has historically not been set up for that. So it'll be an interesting experiment, and one I'm personally looking forward to seeing how that goes.
Are there still people investing, coming down looking for a place and then renting it?
It's getting to be a huge challenge with these interest rates, Steve. It's happening, and people still have a strong desire to do that, but it's getting harder and harder every day as rents continue to rise. So I think we've seen a big slowdown on that.
Yeah, and also the people that own the 2% places, that's the cheapest money they're going to have. They're going to be slower to sell.
Yeah.
That's right.
Stay close with your college roommates. You're going to need them for post-college.
Eric, I need you to go out and start your own brand new company and an app, Find a Roommate. You can come up with a better name. And you're putting people together. I'm sure there'll be no legal issues with it, no problems for you. It sounds headache-free to me.
Yeah, maybe like sharing space.
Oh, look at you. Like look at you. I got your first hire, and you can't have Andrea. Eric, thank you for the expertise. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right,
thanks, Eric.
That's Eric Hoberman, and Executive Vice President at M. Fishman Co. He knows from renting.
Yes.
So it's 8:15. Got a bunch of stories to catch up on as well, and it's International Waffle Day.
Oh, I know.
This is great. So the rest of you enjoy eating.
Sorry, when we booked that, we forgot
that's
that you
great.
were were prepping today.
Definitely enjoy your food.
Na boo boo.
Where is my strained chicken broth? Did anyone bring that in?
Well, you probably couldn't even had your Diet Coke this morning.
You can't even have the syrup on the waffle.
Sugar-free ginger ale for breakfast.
Oh.
That's why you're so peppy today.
Lack of caffeine.